Hello guys and welcome back to Sorare Capital. Today we're going to be talking about cheap Challenger Europe players. Let's go into it. So my first pick is going to be Zander Clark, as you can see on screen. £18.14 at floor price at the moment. Plays for Hearts. So as you can see on screen, he's not the best scorer or whatever, hence the price. I mean, £18 for a Scottish League goalie of Hearts, I think is good value for money. So yeah, when you look at Hearts in general, I would say they're up there with one of the better teams in Scotland. You've got obviously Celtic and you've got Rangers. Celtic goalie being Joe Hart, who they want to replace, so I think he's going to be a risk, especially I'm recording this deadline day, so it could change. You then got Rangers, who have Jack Butland, who is not on Sorare as a card at all. So again, you have to go to what you can get in regards to the rest of the Scottish League, and this is why I've chosen Zander Clark. I firmly believe that these guys will be up near the top of the table. From as you can see last season, they were 4th place in the second phase. They were again 4th within the harder group of the promotion championship group. But in regards to this sort of player, you want to use him tactically so that you can use him for the right game week, so he has a favourable lineup. So for example, this week might be a decent week. Motherwell were 8th last season, so it could be a good one, especially at home. Home's the more preferable thing for any sort of goalkeeper. Then you've got Aberdeen, which would be hard again, but again it's at home, but then there's away to St Mirren and then away to Ross County. So they've got some good lineups coming up. Again, you can use this guy for in a Cap 240 mode, or if you're lucky enough and you use him, like I said, tactically, and use him in good mode, in a good favourable match at home, then I believe he can get you, as you can see here within his points, he can reach into the 70s, 80s mark, which is one of the things that you've got to be really lucky on in regards to Sorare points. I'm going to skim through these guys, because I don't know a lot of this. I've got another goalkeeper here, so it's Mateus de Turo, plays for Fatih. Fatih. So in regards to the score, again, he gets some good peaks, gets some dark greens, is somebody you can be looking at. Is a bit more expensive than Zander Clark, but for, I think, good reason. I think he is probably a better goalkeeper, but he is 36, so there's something you've got to take into consideration, although he has a contract, as you can see here, till June 30th, 2025. As you can see here with his him starting for Fatih from game week 397, as you can see right here, he has done really well so far, averaging probably about 60 to 70 points, so which is really good, which is something that will help you push up the leaderboard and hopefully help you obtain top 100, top 50, maybe even podium if you're lucky. So that's the reason why I've got him. As I said, short, sharp, sweet, don't know the player inside and out, so make sure you do your research on any of these players. Let's get to the next one. I've got the Mysterious Man. Mysterious because, sorry, I don't want to upload this photo. So I've got Vasilis Barkas here for Utrecht. I believe he's a good goalkeeper. Again, don't know too much about him, don't watch them, I can't say I have. But when it comes to Utrecht, they are a decent team within the league. So as you can see here, they are 7th in the league as of last season. That's where they finished. And are not doing too well at the moment within regards to their recent form and the starting of this year. They've lost all 3 of their games, haven't scored a goal, and just conceded 5. To have conceded 5 goals in 3 games, I wouldn't actually say that's all too much. I feel like once they start shoring up and they start bringing maybe even more defensive solid options in the transfer market, I'm not too sure, I'm not a fan. If any fans from Utrecht can get into the comments and let us know, or tweet us. But in regards to that, once Utrecht start picking up their form, which I believe they thoroughly will, because I think they're a better team than their relegation. They actually recruited really well this season from what I have seen, and again I believe they're going to be a mid-table club. So that's my reason for the Mysterious Man of Barkas. And for 21.90, I don't believe it's that bad, especially for a Challenger Europe goalkeeper. It's going to help you find it, helping you. If he has a good game week, he can push you in the midst of the top end of the leaderboard. Okay, so we've got defence now. I'll go to Emir Toku, a guy that was on loan last season to Memim Sport, I believe you say it. Probably don't, because I'm terrible at it, as you will know. But they are in the second tier of the Turkish league, so he's recently just come back from that loan, and he has done really well since coming back. Don't be fooled here, this says back in game week 272. We're looking from this point onwards, from game week 397, and so far he's hit nothing but greens, and even hit a dark green on the way with 2 assists in 3 games. And now for somebody who's a centre-back to get 2 assists in 3 games is quite good, really good for instance. I do anticipate that to slow down, obviously, otherwise it might as well be De Bruyne. But he has a current AA score of 19.7, which is really high and really nice for a player that can help you consistently get in, or averaging to keep you getting in the greens, and hopefully be someone you can rely on. So that is my short, quick summary of Emir Topkun. Okay, my next player is going to be Jan Vertonghen. We all know him obviously from his days in Tottenham. Currently, obviously plays for Anderlecht. He is aging at 36, but still does have another year left on his contract, so hopefully he stays with them. But again, it's probably more of a short-term hold just to help you get into those, and to help you pushing up the leaderboard. As you can see here, within regards to his scores, looks lovely. It's all loving green. Everything's green. Barely really ever has a bad game, and doesn't have to always, as you can see here, rely on any clean sheets. So he is constantly looking for that AA. AA 20.8, so that's always good, so that he's averaging every week. In regards to Anderlecht themselves, they came 11th place last season, so isn't the best, below mid-table. But in regards to this season so far, from 5 games, they've won 4, lost 1, and that loss was to Union, who are the dominant team within the league. But nevertheless, as I said, Jan Vertonghen has good AA scores. He gets good decisives when he needs to as well, as you can see from the last 2. Great pick, as you can see here. I've even got him here. I own one of his limited cards. The £7 floor price. I think he's really good for somebody who can help you keep pushing into that at least 60s, 70s, 80s marks, or even 90s if you're lucky. Next up, I've got Maximilian Hoffmann. Nice cheap player. I believe again this is probably someone more that you want to use for your Capture 40 teams or Capture 20. Now I can't remember which one of them, but one of the regular centre backs, because he was out of the team for quite a while. I think received a long-term injury, or he was transferred out. I believe it's the injury, but as you can see from here, since he's been back in, when he's starting, it's a 70, 40 and 42. But when he used to play and start beforehand, he used to get a lot on the high greens and stuff. So this is more of a hopeful one. Again, I own him because he's only cheap. You're not really risking a whole lot, so it could be well worth the risk if you believe so as well. We've got another defender in Cosmos. I'm not going to even pronounce the last name, I'm not going to bother. But in regards to his scores, he's done really well to start this season from game week 393, as you can see here. He's received obviously 82, 74, 66, as you can see on screen, and he's done really well. Looks quite versatile, playing in that centre-back role, the right-back role, which he got an assist his last game against Hartberg. They do have Austria Vienna, who aren't the best of forms at the moment. Lask, who are probably the top 2 within the league, so it could be hard. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that. But at home, that's very favourable. And Linz, I believe, are freshly promoted from the 2nd tier of the Austrian league. So he's got some some favourable little lineups. Actually, looks like he does better away than he does at home, as you can see here. So again, don't be scared if you do end up buying this guy, that you can put him in your when he's got an away game. And again, a decent AA at 13.2 as well. Again, hopefully gets you into the 70s, 80s mark. And again, for someone just under £4, could be well worth it. Good starter, good player, and yeah, this team's doing really well at the moment. They're on fire at the moment, so well worth it. Onto the midfielders now. Again, somebody I own as well, Sven comes. Yeah, again, good all-round player, 35 years old. Again, he has a year left on his contract, but again, you can't deny that he is a really good player. Gets in within the decisives, gets within all the AA scores. So say 14.5 there's a good or decent AA scoring. Looks like somebody who is like a Mr. Reliable. So again, if you want to do that, the last 4 games, Gent are doing really well, or Ghent are doing really well. So again, somebody at £6.74 for a team that's doing really well like Ghent, could be worth it for just under £7. We then go on to the next midfielder, somebody a little bit more expensive, at just under £15, or £14.50 at floor price. Starter here for Dynamo Zagreb, who are basically one of the better teams. Not doing the best this season so far, I believe. Yeah, not doing the best this far. They usually are on a winning streak by this point, but in regards to the players, they've got great players and they will kickstart. But they are selling a lot as well. But in regards to this guy, as you can see from his scores, I mean, he can get within the darks, the 90s, 80s, even hits 100 every now and again. So again, short, sharp and sweet, £15. I don't think it's too bad for somebody, again, who is very much like Sven comes, who is, or Coombs, I'll probably just, yeah, fucking that. But it's somebody who's probably like a Mr. Reliable for you guys as well. And at 29, not the oldest in the world either, has a contract until June 2026 as well, so he's there for a good few years. We then have Frederick Ornsnes. Again, butchered it, but this guy looks good. He looks quality, especially for the price at £12.44 floor price currently. As I said, I'm recording this on deadline day. Good favourable fixtures coming up. I mean, apart from at the start, I'm not going to pronounce it again. They're top of the league at the moment, as we're currently speaking. As of last season, Benfica, as you can see here, top of the league last season, so they're a very dominant side, and he was playing for them in more of a right back. Even looks like a left attacking mid as well. So it looks like he's very versatile player. You can see here, centre mid, left attacking mid, right back. Now he's currently looks like he's taken over that Grimaldo position of the left back. I'm not sure if they're replacing Grimaldo with somebody else, or if they're relying on this guy to do it, but he seems to be doing suffice enough job, as you can see here. I mean, played as a left attacking mid there, but again, ever since he's been a left back, he's averaging 60 points from the last 2 games. And with Benfica, if they're replicating as what they did last season, they come first place, don't concede a whole lot of goals again, then this guy can well be someone who's cheap at 27, coming into his prime as a footballer. Yeah, I think he's well worth a pick up at basically 12 and a half quid. Now this guy's caught my eye for a little while. Another midfielder, just over £5, and you can see from his L5, he's got 62. That's Magnus Madsen. Danish lad, plays for Neck. Obviously in the Eredivisie, currently playing as like a cam. As of start of this season, you can see from here, Neck do concede a lot of goals. That is the best of things for his AA, but he does look like he gets amongst it with the goals and the assists also. And in regards to Neck, they're not the best team, like I said, they do concede, but might even be a forward card as it says here, but I believe it is a midfielder card. For somebody as cheap as £5, could be well worth a pick up. We then move on to the forwards now. Again, another Hearts lad, so someone you can maybe put on with Clark, the goalie from earlier. Just over £14 for a guaranteed starter of somebody of Lawrence Shankland. As I said, Hearts are a good dominant team within the league. I think it was 3rd or 4th as last season. And again, could use this guy for more favourable lineups. I probably wouldn't use him against a Celtic or Rangers away. Could well do it at home because it does look like he loves his home games. As you can see here, it's all just greens, as opposed to his away, which is, he's got a few greens. Probably against the lesser sides. As you see here, St Johnstone, etc. And I did do it against Rangers, to be fair, but then against St Mirren, he is somebody you can keep your eye on. But as you can see, in regards to his scores from the last couple of years, last 2 years, he's done really well. He's got 26 goals within all that time frame, with 4 assists as well. And from the last game week 395, as you can see here, I mean, he's got 3 goals and assists within those appearances. And that is also, he did have Europa League qualifying usability, but now that he's out, it could be a better thing because they can now, more focus on the league and not have to spread themselves any thinner than what they are already. So again, next pick, just over £14 for a good striker at L15 and 60. As you know, you can hit the high scores and the high peaks, the dark greens. Could go for it. Okay, another striker. I've got Fran Brodick. Looks alright, looks like a good pick. Again, just over £9 at the moment currently. Can get you within the 70s. He's hit an 80 before. Don't know a whole lot about the team, don't know a whole lot about this guy in general. All I know is that from, as I said, game week 391, he's got 5 goals in 5 games so far. So, I mean, that's enough to light anyone's eyes up. So he does look good, and the only game he hasn't scored in so far is against basically the best or second best team in the league. So I believe he could be well worth somebody looking at or picking up or trying to get an offer on around the £8.50 mark or £8 mark. And again, somebody that you can grow into the team. Doesn't necessarily have to matter if the team he plays for is good. He just needs to score the goals and be amongst the goals and contribute to all the goals as well, assists, etc. So could be well worth a shout. Looks like he's got some favourable fixtures coming up at home. You see with Istra there and Gorica. Probably watch it again, but could be well worth somebody to have a look at and put in your gallery for a rainy day. And the last pick, I've got Smolov as my last attacker. Again, under £8 for the 33-year-old. I swear this guy's been around for ages. I remember him in, the early stages of FIFA, I swear. If anyone else knows what I'm talking about, put it below. As you see, again, with his scoring, he is playing as a cam at the moment, as opposed to the striker that I believe he used to be played in. Could be wrong with that. Again, do your own research, guys. As you see here, again, I don't need to know a whole lot about the player, but from game week 391, he has got 3 goals and an assist in 6 games. So that's 4 goal contributions within the 6 games, which is, decent and good. The team themselves are doing all right. They're 5th place currently, having played 6 games, 3 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Having scored 13 goals in their game within that time frame. And again, 11 goals doesn't matter, doesn't really affect the strikers. So it is somebody who at least they're scoring a lot, and at least hopefully that Smolov can carry on contributing. And again, for a striker who is under £8, you get to essentially put an offer in for a card plus cash or ETH, and you can get him well below £6-7. So that's my final pick. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Michael from Sorare Capital. If you do enjoy this, put a like on the video, subscribe and follow for more, and follow our Twitter. If you're interested also in getting Sorare started and it's the first time you've seen it, then click the link below, and when you purchase 5 cards off the market or you buy a bundle, you'll receive a free card in return and get one above everybody else. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. Bye.